Hello, welcome back to CodeWorm. Today we will be implementing Supabase authentication with email and password in Flutter. We will be covering end-to-end flow and we will also be building some UI. We will be building some text fields, and through those text fields and buttons we will be sending user authentication requests to Supabase, and we will cover sign up, sign in with email and password. But before diving to that, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please make sure you like, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon as well. If you remember, in our previous video we learned how we can set up Supabase project, and how we can connect our Supabase project with Flutter. So if I come to the code, here you can see we have a Supabase URL key and then Supabase key that is provided by Supabase when we create a specific project. So then we have this Supabase Flutter plugin that we have imported, and using this Supabase plugin we call the initialize method. We pass the URL and this key, and based on these key and URL we are connected to Supabase. So if you see here in the log, we have the Supabase init completed, which means we are connected to Supabase. So the first step has been done. But if you don't know how to set up Supabase project, you can watch my previous video. So now let's continue to the user interface. Here this is our test project, and now if we come here on the left pane, we have database authentication. So this is what we will be covering in this video. So tap on authentication. Here it lists all the users. We created this user in a previous video from this interface. So this is where our users are. We have the user UID written here. Similarly, we have this display name if we set one. Then we have the email of the user, phone if registered with a phone number, then the provider, its email. So we have registered the user with email and password. So this is the provider. Then we have the provider type, created add timestamp, and last sign in add. So these are some of the details that are there for different users. Then you can also put some queries here. You can search for a user using email, phone, or UID. Similarly, you can filter users, and then you can also select provider from here. These are separate and different kinds of filters that you can implement in order to list users. So here we have this add user. We will use it to add a new user. So we will create a new user, and here we can provide some email address. We will give it some dummy. So let's give it something like this, and then give it a dummy password and auto confirm user. So we will uncheck this one and create. So our new user will be created here. Let's close it. You can see our user has been created here. This is the email, and we are registered to email provider, and it's waiting for verification. So since it is a dummy email, so verification link won't be sent to this email. So we can verify it, but it was just for test, and that's how we create users with this button and user interface. Now if we come to the providers, here we have the different Auth providers. You can see we have the email enabled here, and from here if we tap here, so we have different options. So OTP expiration time we can set from here. We can enable, disable this provider, and confirm email we can disable the email confirmation as well. Then we have some other settings as well, and these other providers. So we won't be sending confirmation email whenever a user registers for the first time for now. So I will disable it, and now a user will be registered directly without email confirmation. So let's go to users, and here I will delete these users and I will create other from the app. So from here I will use this delete button to delete the user. My user has been deleted. Now let's delete this one as well. So I'll come down here, delete the user again, and our users list is empty now. And we also have some other things. We can do rate limits from here. We can also customize email templates for different kinds of emails that are sent here. For instance, we have the template for email verification, and which is this confirm sign up. Then we have invite user and change email address, etc., reset password, that we can change the template from here. We can just change it from here, like forgot password. We can write forgot password, and then when our email is received, it will be this forgot password heading. You can also change this content here. This is the link, you can change it, but this is how you can play around with authentication. We will come back to the provider and users. Now from the app we will be sending request to Supabase, and Supabase will register users for us, and keeping the fact in mind that we have disabled email confirmation, so the user will be directly registered without email confirmation and email sent to our email. So we will come to our app. Here we have this code that we wrote for the other tutorial. We have connected our Supabase project. You can see it from here. Now we need to implement the code for Supabase authentication with email and password. We have the app built here, which is the template that is provided by Flutter for counter app. So we need to change it. I will remove the code from here. So let's remove this code, and I will write my own stateless widget that will be named my app. And here let's provide material app. We need to remove this banner as well. I don't like it, so let's remove it. And then we have the home. Here we need to provide the screen for login. So let's create a screen down here for login screen. And here we will be using this login screen. This will be the first screen that will be shown. Let's give a scaffold here, and then we have the body. Inside the body we'll be creating text fields. We also need to specify the app bar. Let's remove this const keyword. It will be app bar, and here we will be giving a title. This title will be supabaseauth. Supabaseauth. And then inside the body we will be having a column, then children. This column will be wrapped with padding because we will be giving this margin from left and right, so it will be symmetric. Edge inserts are symmetric, and we will provide a horizontal padding. Let's give it 15. That will be enough. Now inside the column we will need to provide different things, but before that let's look at our app. So it's looking good. We have the Supabase auth, or we can also give it login screen ready. So here firstly we will be building UI for some text field. So let's create a text field that will be for email, and here we will provide some input decoration. It will be input decoration. From here we can specify a color, so we will be providing some color here like gray. So let's give it gray, and adding some opacity here to make it a bit lighter. So I will give it 0.2. And for the color to appear we need to also check a property which is filled. It should be set to true, and now you can see we have our color ready. Then we also need to remove this border side from here, which is this border. So for that we have a property border. It's called border, but we need to specify it here. It will be border, and let's give it input border, or it can be outline input border. So let's give it online input border, and from here we have the property border side. So we need to set this property to none. So you can see it's been removed now. So this is our text field. We can also set some hint text here. So for that let's add this field which is hint text. Here we will be providing the text for like email. You can see we have our text field ready. We can write our email here. So that's for the email. Also we will be using the same text field down below. It will be text field, and sorry, we have missed something. We need to copy it complete. sorry, we have copied the children, remove it, and we have two text fields here. Let's add some spacing here and provide a height of 10, or let's make it 20. We have spacing being added here. We can also add password here. So we now have two text fields, email and password. We will input email and password here, and then we'll create a button down here to register a user. So for that, below the text field, let's give a spacing of 50, and then after that we will be using elevated button, and here we need to provide this on pressed property, and whenever it's tapped, so the functionality here will be executed. In the child, we need to provide text that will be sign up, and you can see we have the sign up button here. We have the email, password, then sign up. So we will input email and password here in these text fields, and then we will tap on sign up to register a user. So we will call the Supabase function to register a user from here. So here, whenever this is tapped, we will call that, but we need to extract values from this email and password. For that, let's make it stateful, and here we will be creating some text fields, text editing controllers. So for that, let's create a final controller for email equals to text editing controller. We will assign these editing controllers to the text field in order to extract text out of it. So one will be for email and the other will be for password. So these are the text fields. They take some memory, so we need to dispose that memory whenever the screen is popped out. So here we will dispose it, email dot dispose. Similarly for password as well, and we are good to go now. Now we can use these controllers here. We have this controller property, give it the property of email. Similarly for password, we need to give it for password, sorry, it will be controller and it will be password. So these two text editing controller will extract text from these text fields. And here this sign up, here we need to add the functionality for sign up. So Supabase only has this one plugin that handles everything, which is this Supabase Flutter. We have already added when we were initializing the project, so we have it here. So we will use the same package. Here we need to create the Supabase instance at the top, that will be final, and Supabase equals to, we have this Supabase from the library, and then we have an instance of it, and then we can access the client. From client we can access this auth. We will be using this Supabase auth to register users. So now if we come down here, the sign up button, whenever we tap on this button, we would like to register a user, so that will be an asynchronous operation, and he will use await here. And after that we will use the Supabase auth, and then we will use the sign up method to sign up a user. Here we need to provide password, that is mandatory, and an email here as well. So these are the two things that we will pass here. We will take it from the text field. So in order to take it from the text field, we will use the email dot text property from the controller. Similarly here we will use the password dot text property here. So whatever is entered here in these text fields will be sent to Supabase whenever this button is tapped, and a user will be registered. So it returns an auth response. We can also catch this response, and we can also log it out in order to confirm if our response is successful or not. So with response we have some properties. We have this user. So if response dot user it's not equal to null, it means our user registered successfully. So we can easily log that user registered success. So now it's time to test it out. So we will restart the app, go back here. This time we will input the email and password. So here provide an email. That will be some dummy email like shavali@gmail.com, and here we will be providing the password. So let's give some password like Khan123456. So sorry, let's give it I think it's enough. So let's tap on sign up and see what happens. Here we don't, yes, our user registered success. So it's been logged out, and let's locate here. We will refresh, and you can see the user has been registered here with this email, and we also have set the password. But I have received the email verification for this dummy email. So, and you can see here waiting for verification, we disabled the option. Let's find it out what went wrong. Here inside the email we have, oh, it's on. Oh, we forgot to save it after disabling this confirm email. But let's handle the confirm. Let's handle sign up with confirm email part. So we'll come to the user and it's waiting for verification. Now let's open our Gmail. You can see we have an email here for Supabase authentication. So I will open the email. Here we have this email sent from Supabase for email confirmation. So if I tap on this confirm your email, and it will confirm my email, right? So it just shows this site can be read, but our email has been verified. Let's check it out. Here waiting for email verification text is gone now, and our email has been verified. So whenever you try to sign up a user, after the sign up, a verification link is sent to the user email, and when our user taps on that email, so the verification is completed and the user is marked as verified. So that's the default behavior. But as I told, from here providers, and here we go to email. From here we can disable that confirm email. Then whenever you disable it, the users will be directly registered without verification email, etc. So you won't be confirming the email if you tap on save. So now if you register users, email won't be sent to them. So we have covered the email verification part as well, but now we will be registering users without confirmation email. So here now if we come to our app, we have successfully registered our user, and we will be also logging in this user. So for that we need to set up an other screen. So instead of this login screen, sorry, it's sign up screen, so let's rename it as sign up. Let's make it sign up. Instead of that, we will be creating our home page. So let's get a stateful widget, stateless widget that will be home page. Sorry, it will be home page, and let's add a scaffold here. Then we will be creating the body. Here we will be creating navigation to both the login and sign up screens. So we will be showing this home page whenever our user comes to our app. And then we have this new file created for sign up as well. That will be sign up screen .dart, and similarly we will also create login as well to handle login functionality. We login screen.dart. So the sign up is complete, but we need to add some extra handling here. Let's copy and paste it here. Import material library, then the Supabase from supabaseflutter. Down below we also have this log from Dart developer imported, and here inside the main we have this home page here. Then we have the login screen as well. So we will exactly copy this sign up screen and we will create a login screen. Here let's change the name to login screen. So we just need to adjust it a bit. Everything is okay. We need to add login here, and then user logged in success. That's what will be done. But here we need to change this functionality. It is sign up, we will be signing in, and then we have the different options. So let's remove this thing and use the supabaseflutter, and then we have the different methods here for different purposes. We have the sign initial session, get session, sign in anonymously. These are the different options for signing in. We have the sign in with password, that is for email and password authentication. So here we need to provide the password, and it's from the same password text field of the login screen. We will also be providing email, and it will be email dot text. We have just changed this sign in with password. We have just changed to sign in with password method, and we receive the same auth response here as well. We can check it from here. So the rest is good. We have the login screen here and we have sign up. So let's call it Supabase auth or login screen. Login screen. For sign up, we will change it to sign up screen. And instead to the home page that we built here, which is the default page, it will be showing Supabase auth. So let's give it a bar. Remove this const keyword from here, and here just add this title with the text that will be Supabase auth. And let's restart our app to see. You can see we have the home page showing here. So in the home page, let's add a column that will be showing buttons for sign in and sign up page. Children, and here we will be using elevated button on pressed, and then we have the text to be added here that will be navigating us to the login. So let's change it and copy it and paste it. Here it will be sign up, and we will be navigating to these different screens. So whenever this button is tapped, which will be a login. Let's have a look at these buttons. You can see we have the login and sign up here, and here we need to make these buttons in the center. Just create a size box with the width set to double dot infinity. It will take the whole space horizontally and everything will come to the center. So let's give it some spacing as well. The height should be set to 10, and we have everything set here. Now whenever this login sign up is tapped, we will navigate to the specific screen. Let's also make it in the center on man axis alignment. You can see it here now. So from login here, whenever we tap on login, we should be navigating to the login screen. We'll use the navigator dot push, and then we have the route that will be material page route, and the builder will return login screen. So this is the functionality to navigate to the different screens. Let's make it sign up. So now if we tap on login, we will be going to the login screen. We have already tested the sign up, so let's go to login. This is our login screen. Here we need to provide the email and password and tap on this login button. So we registered with this email kshavali390@gmail.com, and then we have the password that I said 123456. Now let's tap on this login to see if we are logged in or not. Login, and you can see user logged in success. So we have implemented the sign up functionality as well as login functionality. We can also create an extra screen to which we navigate when we log in or sign up. So let's create another screen, like that will be the main screen dot, and here let's get a stateless widget with the name main screen. We will add a scaffold here, and then we have the body. Here we will be providing a logout function as well. So let's create a column, and then we have the children. Elevated button will be there, and we will be implementing logout functionality here. Just remove this const and add text here for child. that will be log out, and we will be logging out using this button. So here we also need the Supabase authentication for that. So let's create a Supabase auth instance. So let's give it the name Supabase auth, and here we can use the Supabase plugin, and we have the instance. Then from the instance we have the client, then auth. We will be using this auth client to log out as well. So let's use this Supabase auth, and then we have this dot. We will be having some function like sign out, and here we have it. So we will be just using await here, but for that we need to mark it async, then await. So it will get our user logged out. If it's successful, we can log that user logged out, user logged out, success. So that's how we handle Supabase authentication. Let's try it out, and let's restart the app. Here we have the login sign up. Whenever we log in, we come here. After the user is logged in, we should be navigating to the main screen, which is this one. So we come to the login screen here. Whenever this user is tapped and our user is registered, we would like to navigate using the navigator.push. Here we need to provide the material page route that will return us the new screen, that will be the main screen. And this is the functionality. So whenever user logged in is successful, so we will be navigating to the main screen. For that, let's enter the email the same, and then we will be also providing the password that will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. And then if I try to log in, let's figure it out. You can see we have moved to the main screen, and here it says user login success. It has moved us to the main screen. So in the main screen, we need to check the logout functionality as well. So it is the sign out or logout. Here we need to make it in the center, manage alignment dot center, and we should also be making it the center. So we'll just give a size box with the width, and that will be double at infinity, and it will be in the center now. Let's give it some app bar to make it look more good and convenient. The app will be having a title that will be some text, and it will say main screen. We have these things here. So when I tap on logout, the user will be logged out, and we will go back to the login or authentication screen. So let's create the navigator, and I will use push again. Let's add material page route. Then we have the builder here to return to the home page or starting page. So let's test it out. If I tap on logout, you can see we are here to the Supabase auth screen, which is the home screen, and it says user logged out success. So we have implemented sign in and sign up as well as sign out using Supabase authentication, and the auth provider was email and password authentication. So that's what we covered in this video. On sign up, we can also add navigation, but that's how the login and sign up works for Supabase. In the upcoming video, we will be covering some advanced things. So make sure you watch the next video. Stay tuned. See you in the next video. Goodbye.